Ugh, not again. I live full-time in my self-converted van and she's got some personality. I love her, don't get me wrong, but boy, she is far from perfect. I'm going to go over the quirks today, the things that don't quite work properly that I've just had to get used to. Some of them are funny, some of them are just downright annoying or awkward, but they're all real and this is the reality of living in a van you've built yourself. If you're building your own, you might want to pay attention so you don't make the same mistakes I did. I have 15. Let's go. Firstly, quite an important one, I cannot fill my bottle of water from my sink properly. I put the sink on the countertop like this, raised instead of sunk in because I needed the drawer space. I got a tap that I thought looked good and I didn't check before. So what's the workaround? Thankfully, I bought a tap that extends. So I literally have to put it like that and then turn the water on. And you've got to like wait till you hear it. There we go. And then pull that back. And yes, I always spill a bit, so I have to do that. So that's the first very annoying thing, because I do that 7 times a day. Next up is this drawer. I have little catches on them which lock in place, but if I don't lift it up to shut it, the catch gets stuck like that and then the drawer actually doesn't shut or lock, and I can't lock this when I drive. So what I have to do is take a little contraption that is actually for the internal lock on the inside, but then I push it in here, get it out, and then lift it up, and then the drawer shuts. Again, that probably happens at least once a day. Above the kitchen I've got these 3 cupboards. These 2 are square on the edge and the same catches here are on the outside of them, but because they're square it's fine. This middle one, as you can see, is rectangle. It's not square. And, oh God, you can just see it now. I put the catch on the right hand side like I've done for all of them because putting it here would be a bit annoying. So I put it on the side, which is fine for the square ones. However, because this is rectangle, look at this. It pulls that side and it just doesn't open. So I basically have to pull it here and not use the handle to open it. Again, only a small thing, and I've learnt the knack, it's fine. I just always open the cupboard here, but just consider that if you're building your own. Next up, the hob. Okay, this back one's fine. These 4 things are level. On this one, these 2 are a little bit higher, which means it rocks. When I have been cooking, I've nearly lost my meal a few times because, you know, if you put it a little bit too much this way, boom, and if that's full of food, hot sauce. So the back one is solid, back one is good, back one's fine. This one, it's an issue. Okay, next, my shower. I think there's 4 in my shower. Fun times. This is plastic PVC shower board that I got from eBay. I love the colour of it, that's why I got it. If you're building a van, you know, nothing is square. No edges are right angles, everything's a bit on the wonk. These 2 walls are fine because they're level, we built them, but this back wall was not. It's actually curved like this. Now the ply we managed to attach to the battens that we'd made, that's fine, but to get this purple shower board on and attached at the top, at the roof where we wanted it, let's say the ply's like this, the shower board's like this, it's not actually touching, so you cannot lean on this. This is unstable. Like, I'm very glad that I've not like fallen into that, because this whole thing moves. You have to be very delicate because it's not actually attached to the ply at the back, right? So the first thing is we don't touch this back wall. The second thing is it's not actually tall enough for me to wash my hair in properly. A normal shower is fine because this is here and I can shower no problem, but as you can see, I'm a very tall lady and my head pretty much touches the skylight as I'm stood up in here, which again, normal shower, no problem. But if I want to wash my hair, so I basically have to squat down to wash my hair in the shower. Now, fine, whatever, but most of the time you're not perfectly level. You're a little bit angled one way or another. And this is a wet room, right? So there has been times where I've been squatting down to do this, but you know, your eyes are closed, you've got shampoo in your hair, and I may have like lost my balance a few times. And this is where we have to not touch this back wall to stabilize ourselves. We've got to grab onto something else. I can throw myself into this one, into that one, fine. Not into the door either, because this is also very delicate. So yeah, washing my hair's fun. Good job I only do it once a week. And it's a good job I go to the gym, because I've got quads of steel. So yeah, not entirely tall enough, but again, we've got to make do with it. I have my composting loo in here, but it doesn't stay in. It comes out for the shower. But what doesn't come out is this pipe here. So this disconnects and that comes out like that. But this remains, and obviously we can't get that wet. And as you can see here, there is actually like electric things attached to that. So I keep this plastic bag hung up here, and I basically have to cover this with the plastic bag before I have a shower to protect it. No, I'm not kidding. Okay, and lastly, we have my beautiful shower door. Now, this is one of my favourite things in the van. I am in no way complaining about this door. This roll door shower door is absolutely fantastic. You can shut it off while you're showering, but then keep it open while you're not. So it just gives you that extra space, and it's very much needed because I can't actually open my oven door without my bum going all the way in the shower. So I'm very glad about the door. However, there is a little issue with it. Roll door people, if you're watching, you might want to pay attention to this. Right, let's bring you down here. This is the base of the shower door. And as you can see here, Dad and I have drilled holes in it because we very quickly realised that this is a metal container and there was water was going to get stuck in it, and it does. And even with the holes, it still ends up with water in the bottom of it, just sitting stagnant, which, as you know, in a van is like the worst thing you can have. So what's my workaround? I keep a microfibre cloth hung up on the rail at the top of the shower, because before I put the toilet back in, I wipe the floor just so it's dry before I put that back in. So what I end up doing after that is essentially sliding it through the gap here and pushing it in, which, as you can see, is quite a tricky job. And I basically, I mean, look, you can still see there's a bit of water in it from my shower yesterday. So let's do it on this bit, and then maybe it'll pick it up. So I basically have to feed this cloth in, get it to the bottom, and just let it soak up all the water. Far from ideal. So roll doll, if you're watching, you've got a little issue with your product and you need to sort it out. Absolutely no shade to them. This is one of the best things I have in my van. I wouldn't change the door for anything, and this is a small price to pay to have a door like that. But still, it's a quirk, and this is one of the annoying ones. I'm actually going to leave that cloth in there until we finish talking, and then you'll see that it gets wet because there's water still trapped in there, even half a day after I've had the shower. The next one is the oven. I have the oven here underneath this drawer with the sink in. These are metal. This is hot. Do not put a metal handle above a hot oven. I literally can't touch this when the oven's on because it gets too hot. Also, everything in this entire drawer gets so hot when the oven is on. So that means I can't put anything in there that actually is temperature controlled. The other issue with the oven is it's gas. I have a gas oven. I have an isolator switch by the front. Now, I isolate my gas whenever I'm not using it, just for safety. I don't keep it on. But what that means is if I have used the gas for something and I've turned the isolator switch off, there is usually some gas left in the pipes in the van part after the isolation. So when I turn my oven on, after maybe, I don't know, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, whatever it is, it actually cuts out because there's that little bit of gap in where the gas has been at the pipes, and after I've turned the isolation switch on, the gas that's in the pipe sort of burns through, and then because there's a gap from when I've turned the isolation switch off and then back on again and let the gas come through, it basically stops it, so it goes off. So funny story from last night, I was cooking a jacket potato in here, and they take about an hour, don't they? So normally I put it in for 30 minutes and then I'll switch it around and then I'll leave it for another 30 minutes and then that's cooked. I put it in And for some reason, I didn't check. I've got used to checking the oven after 5 minutes to make sure that it's still on. But because I think I was heating up my hot water at the same time, I just assumed that it would be on constant and I wouldn't have that little gap. Well, I was wrong. And after my buzzer went off after 30 minutes, I opened it up and it was just cold in there. So it actually took me an hour and a half to cook that last night because of that little quirk. Cheers, Van. Okay, the next one is absolutely fine. It's really not an issue and I could very easily sort this, but I just can't be arsed. This mirror, I put it up just a little bit too high, as you can see. I can't quite see all my face in it. So this is where I get ready on a morning, do my hair, makeup, whatever. So I actually just put 2 pillows down, sit on those, and then it's high enough to do what I need to do. Yes, I know this one's very easy to sort, but look at all of this. And I just didn't want to make another hole in the ply because then it's a job. I've got to fill it in and I've got to move all of this stuff, and it's fine. I've got used to the workaround, so that's just staying like that. The next one is to do with the sink, washing your face. Cupboards, high sink, trying to get in and like it's not fun. It's not fun. I have recorded myself doing it this morning, so you can look at that now. I've got this above my head and the sink is high and it's like quite difficult to get the water on your face, like literally. I put a towel here to start with because it splashes on the bedding, just van life things, you know, but this is hilarious. Like I have very little room to maneuver and I have to, oh my God, it's quirky. It's quirky. I weirdly have to go on my tiptoes to get that. So even just washing your face is a bit of a nightmare. Not nightmare, it's just interesting. I mean, look at the position I'm in. But we got it done. It works. Then the towel's right there. Just a little bit of splashing, but if I don't put the towel there, this all gets wet. Bit awkward, isn't it? Again, we get used to it. I've worked around it, but didn't really think about that before I put these in and the high sink. Didn't really think about like trying to get under to ow. Yeah. And then the next thing is this curtain rail at the back, which holds this rail up to cover the back doors, which again, I like, no problem. But if I touch this the wrong way, the whole thing's coming down. It's very fragile. This is the only part of the build, in my opinion, that looks like a van build. I don't even think that's in that properly at the moment. We've tried to create something that it sticks into, but as you can see, that's like pretty much falling out. Yeah, that's not really in there very well. Very, very delicate. And there's a reason why I put these on this side, because I wanted to cover up the diabolicalness of that. Look at it. It's like, it's not even in the things we've designed for it. It's very unstable, let's just put it that way. So I do my best to not really mess with that back curtain. You can open and close it fine, but just don't lift it up at all because the whole thing will come crashing down. And yes, it has happened before. And I have to sleep diagonally because there is not enough room for me. I'm too tall to fit lengthways. I mean, I do fit, don't get me wrong, but my feet are up that way, and who sleeps with the feet up? You want to point your feet out. So we sleep in the corner on the wonk diagonally, which is fine, but that means I can't share a bed because there ain't no room for anyone else. There's only room for me in here. And the final thing isn't actually the van build thing, it's a van thing in the front of there. So let's go in the cab. Ah, there's my cat. Hi Savannah, you having fun? Right, okay, so in the van, there are a few electrical issues, let's say, that I have been here since I bought it. It was an 8-year-old van when I bought it. It's now 10 years old. So there's obviously going to be things that aren't right. I need to take it to an auto electrician. I just haven't got around to it. / I'm too scared because I don't want a massive bill. So I'll show you. Turn it on. This one here opens that window, no problem. This one, I cannot open that. I cannot put it down, I can only put it up. So I have to lean across to open it that way. And then if I want to put it up, it comes up with this. But if you press down, it also goes up. And then half the dashboard, half of this doesn't light up sporadically. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So there are a couple of electrical issues with my beautiful little vanny van. I've just got used to it now. So that is what it is. So there you have it. Those are the quirks of my vans. Just the things that I've had to find a workaround for or get used to. I'm sure in time I might sort out some of them, the ones that I can sort out. But if not, it's just gives my van personality. I'm sure everybody that lives in a self-converted one has something similar. I would love to know your kind of quirks in the comments if you want to share. If you want to support the channel, you can go over to patreon.com/myvanworld. And over there, we've got a nice little community. You get the videos a week early, you get group chats, we get ad-free, there's extra videos, things like that, closer updates. If you want to get to know me more, head on over there. And if not, I will catch you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. A huge shout out to my legends that are the Patreons, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace out and stay wild.